younger brother Britton has one with Denver back in 2015, and his dad Craig won two with the Steelers in the 70s. That is into the end zone. Good effort made by Byron Pringle, but he could not keep it alive. 59 seconds left in the half. 3 timeouts for the 49ers. They'll start at their 20, tied at 10.
Hey Google, show me photos of me and Loretta. Remember, Loretta hated my mustache. Remember, Loretta loved going to Alaska and scallops. Show me photos from our anniversary. Remember, she always snorted when she laughed. Play our favorite movie. Remember, I'm the luckiest man in the world. Come on, boy.
America, how do you must?
This is how I must.
This is how we must.
This is how I must.
How do you must?
I must celery.
I must pretzels. Bananas.
Must buy.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is Scary Spicy.
This is some 5-star tips.
Sassy.
Turkey! Yes!
This is how we must.
Sabra hummus! Woo!
Hi, I'm Scout, and I'm a lucky dog. And it's not just because I found this cool stick, or that I was in the WeatherTech commercial on the big game last year. It's that I'm a cancer survivor, had a tumor on my heart, and only a 1% chance of survival. I'm alive thanks to a cutting-edge program at the University of Wisconsin School of Veterinary Medicine. Their research has the potential to save millions of pets' lives.
Pets make a difference in your life. You can make a difference in theirs. Donate now at weathertech.com/donate.
Coming up, it's the Masked Singer halftime report. He's not going to be one of the Masked Singers, I can tell you that with total certainty. And the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show with Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. They'll be on the set down on the field. Plenty to talk about. Last time the 49ers, Troy, had the ball, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, had guys up at the line of scrimmage trying to stop the run, but San Francisco still ran it.
Yeah, they did. Interesting decision by Kyle Shanahan not electing to use a timeout. They would have had a minute and 30, minute and 35 seconds with 2 timeouts. Had they have done it, instead, they hold all 3, but just 59 seconds.
Here's Mostert as they start on the ground, and not much. A gain of 3 on first down. Kendall Fuller came in to make the tackle, and John Lynch was up in the luxury suite hoping for the timeout.
Well, and the Kansas City Chiefs, on the other hand, they're not using a timeout either. Thinking maybe they could get the ball again. Right now, it just seems like Kyle is pretty content with a 10-10 tie.
It sure does feel that way as Mostert carries. Third down coming up. And timeout is taken after a 2-yard gain. Third down coming up for San Francisco.
This year, you're going to hear a lot about what 5G will do. How it could help firefighters see through smoke, connect ambulances with hospitals in real time, give rescuers new tools to locate survivors. But this isn't a commercial about what 5G will do. It's about what 5G will never do. 5G won't replace the courage it takes to run into the fire. It won't make the decision to become an officer any less selfless, or have any impact on what's required to put others' lives before your own. It can't take the place of bravery or substitute for compassion. It will never be the reason people make the choice to serve. 5G is going to change a lot of things, but luckily for all of us, not everything.
Share the light won't hold us down. Share the light won't hold us down.
All electric, zero emissions, zero limits. Hummer EV from GMC.
Are you tired of pretzels not being Pop-Tarts toaster pastries? Are you struggles to snack? Pop-Tarts fix that for you.
Fix that for you.
From ho-hum to so yum. Pop-Tarts pretzel is the perfect combo of sweet and salty, filled with cinnamony sugar. All in a revolutionary toaster-ready shape. It's a pretzel, but better because it's from Pop-Tarts. Let them change your life.
This summer, get ready for action. Bad guys, snacks, more bad guys, tiny whiteys, explosions, jet bikes, nuns, nunchucks, autos braces, chest hair, yoga, pilots, a pet rock, Tupperware, kung fu. Get ready for the minions.
Blah, blah, blah.
Stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show. Don't miss Jennifer Lopez and Shakira on Fox.
We compare the two quarterbacks here tonight. The numbers, Kansas City just took a timeout on defense. They have 2 left. There's just 20 seconds left in the first half. 3rd down and 5 for San Francisco. Pass is caught. That's Wilson out of the backfield. And now the ball's sitting at the 45, but just 14 seconds remain as timeout is taken by the 49ers.
Well, that's what Jeff Wilson was going to bring. That's why he was active. He's out of the backfield. He's going to run an angle route. And see, it's a good job. He gets underneath there. You've got the linebacker who's running out thinking he's going to the flat, and he puts his foot in the ground and comes back across. H-post is what they call that route. It's a big play, but a lot of time elapsed without calling that timeout before the Kansas City Chiefs punted, and now they don't have much time to work with.
Yeah, just 14 seconds, the 2 timeouts. 49ers get the ball to start the second half. Are they able to get anything done here in a 10-10 game before the break? Garoppolo, sideline. Kittle, what a throw and catch, and a flag flies.
They might get Kittle, Joe. It looked to me like Kittle got a push, and that's what they're indicating. He creates the separation at the top of this route. He's working against Daniel Sorensen.
Pass interference.
Right.
Offense number 85.
There.
10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And when you extend your arm out, that's what the official sees. So you extend your arm. How much of a push is there? Well, there's enough, because he can't impede then on the ball, and that's a good call.
Mike Pereira, do you agree that that was offensive pass interference?
I certainly do, and Troy is right. Look, at the first one was not the extended arm, but the second one wasn't. And if that creates separation, moves the defender back, then that's what the back judge is looking for. He had the clear look, the right angle, and makes the right call.
That eliminates a 42-yard completion to Kittle and likely a halftime lead. And this one's going to be 10-10 at the half. And for just the 4th time ever, as we play here in Super Bowl 54, we have a tie game at the half. 10:10. Stay tuned for the Masked Singer halftime report and the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show coming up after this from your local Fox station.
We've got breaking news, and we need you on set right now.
This is actually the Fox Nation green room.
Fox Nation?
That's right, cowboy. Fox Nation is the new entertainment service from the good folks over at Fox News that celebrates America.
Awesome.
Start your free trial today.
Wild Fury 2, February 22nd. Buy it on pay-per-view or the Fox Sports app.
If you looked at America like a bird, and that was all you knew, would you really understand it with just that point of view? We've got a different way to look at it, from right here on the ground. We don't just see United States, we see United Towns. From where we sit, just down the street, near the post office, by the park, when we stop and look around, what we see are sparks. Sparks of hope, of compassion, of communities who stand firm, when neighbors lift each other up, expecting nothing in return. We're grateful for what you bring, and all the sparks you've shown, and the thousands of towns that we get to call home.
People always tell you what not to do. Don't go too fast. Look, but don't touch.
Professor Mohan.
Don't ask questions.
How do we help startups succeed?
So for startup companies, the objective isn't profit.
Don't wake the neighbors. Find out what you can do. IUPUI.
Wake up with Angela Ganote on Fox 59.
Welcome to the Masked Singer halftime report.
Well, we're playing the first half. Patrick Mahomes getting the first touchdown of the Super Bowl this year. 1-yard run. Guess what? We're all tied at 10 apiece. Everyone thought this would be an even game. It has been just that way so far as we welcome you here inside the stadium. And you take a look at this, Jimmy. We've seen creativity on both sides, but particularly Andy Reid just before that touchdown.
Yeah, the 49ers anticipating, the open zones. They're playing a lot of man underneath coverage against Kansas City. So Andy Reid being very aggressive with his run game here. He has a shift. He goes for it on fourth down twice and ends up picking up the first down. It leads to a touchdown. There's no secondary run support because of that man coverage. And a great job by Andy Reid. Very aggressive play calling.
Yeah,
Deebo Samuel is an unconventional number one, but they're trying to find ways to get him the football. First, on the end around, they show run action inside. Pitch the ball to Deebo Samuel. He beats the defensive end, and then in press coverage on Breeland. Tight coverage, good coverage, great throw, great pickup, 11 yards.
And I wonder if that pass interference penalty on Kittle's going to come back to bite him, because that was 3 points off the board right there.
It potentially cost him a lead here at halftime. We are just getting started here on the halftime show. We'll be back with more as we get you all ready for J-Lo and Shakira.
No, Shem?
What? You said that way too fast, bro. You from Florida, everybody can't understand that. Cut.
It's going viral.
A global phenomenon
Yippee-ki-yay, Lego Masters.
becomes a high-stakes competition.
I am super stressed out.
Now we're making reality television. Lego Masters premieres Wednesday on Fox.
ADT's been asking you to watch the big game for the past few weeks because, fun fact, a recent study suggests crime goes down when people tune in. And football's awesome.
Win-win. To thank you for watching, we're kicking off ADT's Pass the Protection contest.
It's your chance to win a $250,000 home makeover from ADT, designed by us.
And a new ADT smart home security system.
Visit ADT.com/passtheprotection and tell us what you want to protect.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's boom drop top. We got a new champion! We got a new champion!
Hey, you can hear me loud enough? You can hear me loud enough? You only gonna need one take of this. This the one.
We ready? Let me know when we're ready. I got it, huh?
Action! No, Shem. What? Cut. It's with TV. You gotta slow down.
Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Body start to drop, ayy.
Well, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award honors an NFL player's volunteer and charity work as well as excellence on the field. This year's winner is Jaguars defensive end Calais Campbell, and he was awarded the trophy. Last night he got the award. Tonight it was handed to him by Howie's son, Chris Long, who was last year's winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Congratulations to Campbell and all the finalists. All right, Terry, second half, what should we expect?
I always saw just punch, counter-punch in the first half. Both these teams will open up in the second half. They're playing way too conservative. Kansas City, much due respect for the defense. Look for Mahomes to open it up, and you saw Kittle downfield make that great catch. So you'll see more of that in the second half. We are tied up at 10 apiece. This is not what we expected.
And I agree with you. I think they have to open it up, especially if you're Kansas City. This is the kind of game the 49ers play, just pound you, wear you down. And I think defensively for the 49ers, they don't give up a lot of plays over 20 yards. But Kansas City still needs to open it up and try them. You have to put pressure on them, and maybe you come up with something.
All right, our lights have to go down because they're about to turn them up on the field. When we come back, Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, and the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show.
Last year, 17 million people took the day off after the Super Bowl. That's why I've declared it Super Monday.
It is not a holiday.
It is now.
How did you get here?
So what are you going to do with your day off? You can try and catch a serial killer.
Wait, what? Ooh, exciting.
You can be a hero!
Are those?
Tornadoes!
Monday.
You can share your voice with the world.
Oh my God! I locked the door, man.
You could take care of that life-threatening medical problem.
It's just a hangnail.
It has to be done.
No.
You could use your time to cook.
This is relaxing.
You disgusting man.
It was relaxing.
And you can put away the bad guys.
I'll always come after scum like you. Top or bottom bunk? Oh, I think I'll stand.
So spend your Super Monday enjoying all the Fox shows. Otherwise, you'll end up in the office like this guy.
Hey, I will not see you Monday.
Turn up the volume for the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show.
something wrong tonight. We are alive, and the stars make love to the universe, and you touch me, and I'm like,
chambean pero no hablan. Tú compras todas las Lambo, a mí me las regalan. I spend in the club, what you have in the bank. This is the new religion bank. Latino gang, yeah, yeah. Pa' toda esa dieta, para que en casa tengo mucha grasa. La muda la Gucci pa' dentro de casa, yeah. Manín, a ti no te conocen en plaza. El diablo me llama, pero Jesucristo me abraza. Guerrero como Eddie, que viva la raza, yeah.
Tú eres puro, puro chantaje, puro, puro chantaje. Vas libre como el aire, no soy de ti ni de nadie. Tú eres puro, puro chantaje, puro, puro chantaje.
Mucha rumba y bebida, gozándose la vida como es. Ella no era así, no sé quién la dañó.
Tú eres puro, puro chantaje. Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs on my body. All alone tonight, come on, Miami. All alone tonight, put your hands in the scripts to all the six to J know to this headline clips. I stay grounded as the amounts roll in. I'm real, I thought I told you. I'm really on no bruh. That's just me. Nothing phony, don't hate on me. What you get is what you see. Won't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, we from the Bronx, New York. Ain't that funny? Baby, that you want me. Being at me, love is crazy. In the sweetest dreams, I pictured us together. Now to feel your lips on my fingertips, have to say is even better than I ever thought it could possibly be. It's perfect, it's passion, it's setting me free from all of the sadness, the tears that I cried. I have spent all of my life waiting for tonight. You would be here in my arms, waiting for tonight. Oh, I've dreamed of this love for so long.
Qué calor, qué calor, en la discoteca, qué calor. Y acá, para la muñeca, qué calor, en la discoteca, qué calor, para la muñeca. Latino gang, gang, gang. Check out me, man. Medellín, come on. Colombia. Let go, let go. Come on. Esquina, esquina, y ahí nos vamos. El mundo es grande, pero lo tengo en mis manos. Estoy muy duro, sí, ok, ahí vamos. Y con el tiempo nos seguimos elevando y ya, que seguimos rompiendo aquí. Esta fiesta no tiene fin, ya, botella para arriba, sí, lo tengo bailando. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? South Miami, Latino Gang. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me introduce you to my party people in the club. If you go hard, you got sangalewa, anawa, samina, mina, waka, waka, samina, mina, sangalewa, anawa, thank you so much.
The National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 54 halftime show. After the game, go to NFL.com/SBLVA to watch the first ever Super Bowl live visual album featuring tonight's performances.
Think this is the last Sunday of the season? It's not. There's one more Sunday to get together with your friends, and it's way bigger than any of us.
Who is this?
And now welcome back. I'm Joe Buck with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. And Troy, you know what it takes to win one of these games.
Unbelievable.
Arby's Faves You Crave is a brand new gooey mac and cheesy 2 for $6 deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
Let's fly. You're good at trying new things. We're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Who are you talking to?
Yes, I need to make an appointment.
How about today?
I'm sorry, I thought you said today?
Yes. How about today? Is that a yes?
Get the most personalized care today with same-day primary care or urgent care because your time is important and seeing a doctor today can change everything.
In the galaxy of Indiana, the fight for justice continues.
Hey, you T-boned my cruiser. Oh, big insurance.
Help me, Daryl Isaacs. You're my only hope.
On my way.
So, you've come for your small check.
Take it. Never. Daryl Isaacs is on his way.
The hammer can't help you get him.
It's hammer time.
Get him.
Time to pay up.
I quit! Put me down.
I tried to warn you.
Was that a horse?
Thank you, Daryl Isaacs.
May justice always be with you.
And may the hammer always be on your side.
Since Monday. Count on Fox 59's chief meteorologist, Brian Wilkes. Well, what a halftime performance it was by Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. Since the moment it was announced, we'd all been anticipating it, and it certainly lived up to the billing. Alex Rodriguez, we can say he's our guy, but he's J-Lo's guy more than that. Certainly happy with it.
Michael Strahan, I think you were moving just a little bit out there.
I was moving a little bit, Kurt. Looking at my phone, my twin said, Dad, that was a great show. And Shakira summed it up. I said, how is it going to be? When I interviewed them, she said, fun. That is the one thing about this show, and that was a lot of fun. Best halftime show that I've seen in a long time.
Jimmy was the one that was dancing secretly over there.
I love the beat. Now, I love the beat. Yeah.
Jimmy was going, Shakira, she can move her hips.
Yes.
Jimmy, the hips don't lie,
Hips don't lie. All right, Howie Long, let's talk football here. Tied game. What do you expect in the second half?
Well, I think Terry touched on it a little earlier. I expect, Kansas City to open things up a little bit more. They played a little conservative. That throw Jimmy Garoppolo made right before the end of the half to Kittle, that's going to get the attention of that secondary and that football team. I'm going to tell you.
You got something, Terry? I thought you were grabbing your microphone because
I forgot to pick up my mic.
Well, I thought you were going to add a comment.
Well, now that you have.
Yes.
About the pass, I'll tell you, when you can see a quarterback throw a football that long and the guy's well covered and perfect.
All right, we'll hear more from Terry Bradshaw in the postgame when he presents the trophy to one of these teams. We'll see who takes advantage here after the long halftime adjustments.
That's it.
That's it. We have a visual. We have water.
We're witnessing history. Water on Mars.
This changes everything.
We just made it.
That was the Mars water.
Oh. I thought it said Mark's water.
It's fresh, sparkling water in seconds. SodaStream.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Bright.
I catch killers for a living.
My father is one of the most notorious serial killers ever.
Malcolm.
Come, let's solve a murder.
Father and son solving crime.
It's genius. What a thrill.
George started playing football when he was 4 years old. He would wake up every Saturday ready for the game. That became our life. He had aspirations about going to the NFL. On a Friday morning, George was shot. George didn't survive. I just kept saying, you cannot tell me that the child that I gave birth to is no longer here. Lives are being lost every day. It is a national crisis. I heard Mike Bloomberg speak. He's been in this fight for so long, he heard mothers crying, so he started fighting. When I heard Mike Les stepping into the ring, I thought, now we have a dog in the fight. I know Mike is not afraid of the gun lobby. They're scared of him, and they should be. Mike's fighting for every child because you have a right to live. No one has a right to take your hopes and dreams.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Up next in the second half.
So it's not later yet?
Second half now, laundry later.
Let's take a look at tonight's another level performance of the half presented by Doritos. Mahomes for Watkins, found a hole. Mahomes looking to flip, takes it in for the touchdown. And as we welcome you back here in Miami, about to start the second half of Super Bowl 54, we'll welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer and three-time Super Bowl champion quarterback Troy Aikman. And as you look at the numbers behind us through one half of play, interesting how Kyle Shanahan elected to use his timeouts down the stretch. They could have called a timeout on defense, given their offense more of a chance to score before the half. But that's not the way he went.
No, it's not. We've seen him at times when he has played more aggressively. I think, whether you want to say he was protecting a quarterback, he certainly was playing it conservative. If he had more confidence that they would be able to throw the football, protect him, make some plays, then plenty of time to put yourself in a position. So he let the clock run down, waited to see what unfolded on those plays, not much. And then with Andy Reid calling the timeout, he was forced to do something on third down. He got it and, of course, was happy with a 10-10 tie. I think overall, you would say, hey, things went very well for the 49ers in the first half. They get the ball to start this second half, and that probably factored into this as well.
And we'll see what Kyle Shanahan and the offense figured out at the half for Jimmy Garoppolo, who does have a touchdown pass to Kyle Juszczyk and then has the interception to Bashaud Breeland. Richie James will try to get this second half started with a bang. If you have zeros in your block pool, you're happy. 10-10 ball game at the half. We'll check in with our on-field reporters after this kick by Butker. And the return, if there is one, popped into the air, and there will be one by James. Gets hit, survives that first hit, and can only cross the 15-yard line. First guy there, K'Wan Williams. And a return of 14 yards. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Joe, Kyle Shanahan not happy at all about that offensive pass interference called on George Kittle to end that first half. He was pleased with the running game that he felt like finally broke through in the second quarter on that touchdown drive. What's the biggest challenge this Kansas City offense is posing on his defense? He said these off-schedule plays, kind of backyard football plays, they have to contain them. He said this thing's going down to the end and we have to be able to overcome plays and calls like we saw at the end of the first half.
From the 16-yard line, first down pass is caught by Emmanuel Sanders. A gain of 5, and now for a check-in on the other sideline, here's Chris Myers.
Well, Andy Reid, Joe, he said he wanted more deep throws in the first half, but the 49er defense took it away, so they checked down. And on the fourth down, 2 for 2, he said, we'll continue to do that on a need-to-know basis. Defensively, we have to make more adjustments. We did a good job against the 49er run. We'll make even further adjustments because on that scoring drive, they adjusted against us. And where Chris Jones and Tyrann Mathieu line up and end up, we'll have a lot to say about how this defense plays the rest of the way.
Second down and 5, play action, wide open, pass caught. That's Sanders again. He's got 15 yards this time, and he and Tyrann Mathieu tangle up and push and shove after the play, first down.
Well, Tyrann Mathieu, he's in coverage, and that's what the play action and the running game does. He's got one-on-one, and you know, if Garoppolo, if he's able to make a better throw on that, there was a lot of field out in front of Sanders, and if he's able to hit him on the move, he's got a chance to turn that into a really big game.
Here's Samuel again. Third time we've seen a similar play down the sideline with a big pickup for another first down. Forced out by Sorensen, but a carry of 14 yards.
It's just a different way to catch the edge. You're going to see Ross Dwelley right here. And the job that he's able to do, you got Kittle coming across, and then he leads the way. But Dwelley's the one who kind of secures that edge that gets Samuel then on the outside. Just a lot of different ways to create angles for these blocks.
Player is down for Kansas City. That's Breeland. They'll look at him. We'll take a break.
Coals are hot, drinks are cold. It's another all-American barbecue.
Nazi! Nazi!
This is bigger than anyone realizes. They are among us. They are communicating, and they have plans to attack. So the time to act is now.
You put together a group of Nazi hunters.
We just have to get creative.
How did Nazi get into the States? I'm on the first flight back to New York to find out.
I like to know who you are! We must send a message. Not again. Welcome to the hunt.
They're coming to America. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. I paint the red door black, dance floor black.
right. I'm in my own lane. Unapologetic and I do my own thing. Got my own brain.
No colors anymore. I want to paint it.
In recent history.
Wild Fury 2, February 22nd. Buy it on pay-per-view or the Fox Sports app.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Budweiser. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser and hydrate between buds. And by new Tide Power Pods. Now stains can wait. Sorry, Charlie.
Delivering the game ball to kick off the second half was the NFL's Play 60 super kid, Quentin Core from Seattle. Quentin was selected as the winner of this year's Play 60 Super Bowl contest, presented by Danimals, for his dedication to helping his peers lead active lifestyles. To learn more, visit NFL.com/Play60.
The 49ers having a lot of success with these misdirection runs, and one of the reasons coming in, this is a downhill attacking linebacking core. Kyle Shanahan did not feel like they ran real well sideline to sideline, and that's being proven out.
Here's Coleman. Play gets strung out, and Coleman turns it into a positive play and a gain of 3 as Hitchens is out there to force him out. Prior to that play, the 49ers averaging just over 8 yards per play on offense.
Yeah, even that play there, Joe, I mean, I know they only pick up 3 yards, but it looked like it was going to be for no gain, and yet they're still able to get on the edge and make it a positive play. And now it looks like they're giving them more like 4 yards on that last run. Bashaud Breeland back in the ball game down here at the bottom.
Second down and 7. Garoppolo keeps, throws, pass caught. Juszczyk, who has the touchdown, has a first down and a gain of 14 yards.
Well, Juszczyk out of the backfield. It looked like Reggie Ragland. Sure enough, he's the one who, you know, if it's play action, he's going to come up and try to take on that lead blocker. Instead, Juszczyk runs right past him. They got a double on the outside, and a pretty easy catch for the Harvard fullback.
Garoppolo throws, Kittle gets blocks, and then lowers his shoulder into Sorensen, picks up 5.
Good job by Jimmy Garoppolo just getting the ball out. They have numbers in their favor. They got the 2 blockers in front. Get the ball into the hands quickly and let him pick up positive yards. That's essentially a wide running play on that type of high percentage pass. The fun just begins when Kittle catches it. he goes looking for contact.
Samuel at the bottom. Handoff to Mostert running left. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Play made by Damian Wilson. Former 4th-round pick by the Dallas Cowboys in 2015. His first year with Kansas City made that stop.
Yeah, it's an excellent play on his part, too. He's been a good addition to this defense, and the job that he does right here, 54 in the middle. Watch it, he gets knocked to the ground. It's just second effort, and he's able to get back up. Of course, you got Tano Passanio who misses him, but it slows him up to where Wilson was able to come up and make the play.
49ers 2 for 3 on 3rd downs. 3rd down and 5. Pass is caught by Coleman short of the first down.
I tell you, George Kittle, I think Garoppolo just didn't hang with him, or Kittle's walking off wondering why he didn't get the ball thrown to him. He clears that first level zone player, the linebacker, and right there's a big hole right in the middle, and he knows that That was one that would have kept the drive alive. That would have been a first down.
Robbie Gould is in his 15th year in the NFL, 37 years old. Been around long enough that he's kicking for the second time in a Super Bowl in this stadium. He's a member of the Bears when they lost to Indy in Super Bowl 41. He's 1 for 1 in this game, 2 for 2 in Super Bowl efforts. This from 42. And now 3 for 3. 49ers back on top by 3 as Kittle and Garoppolo talk about what could have been on third down. Instead, 13-10, San Francisco.
So you got Bud Light?
Back there.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great. No Bud Light, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Light and refreshing. It says light and refreshing.
Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light. Seltzer. Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Bud Light.
Well, season 1 was much better than season 2.
Guys, we're incredibly rich. Let's get both.
I'll get both. You got any pretzels?
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Little Caesar's Delivery. That's the best thing since sliced bread.
We got a problem. There's a new best thing.
New ideas. Go.
Travel size bread.
Sparkle bread.
Bread pets.
Dear Lord.
Run the numbers.
And the numbers.
Run them again.
Sliced bread is toast!
This is not happening! Everything is fine!
Little Caesar's Delivery. Best thing since sliced
bread. I know.
America's best value, now delivered.
Pizza.
Make your move, cowboy.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is attached. Head is matted black. Got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse. Ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley. You ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Who got next?
New Doritos Cool Ranch just got cooler.
I ain't dancing.
Aerial coverage provided by Bud Light Seltzer. This city has been lit up all week long. Great host city for the Super Bowl as the big game is played here for the 11th time. 13-10 San Francisco after Robbie Gould just knocked one through. The 49ers now have come up with field goals on their first possessions of each half. Here's Hardman. Turns on the Jets and can't make it to the 20. A flag flies. Elijah Lee made the tackle and a 15-yard return.
These kick coverage teams have been good for both teams.
Coming into this game, Andy Reid told us he thought he had the advantage as far as special teams for these two clubs is concerned. That hasn't showed itself yet.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 13. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
So that pushes him back, and we've seen some plays, Troy, from Patrick Mahomes, but we haven't seen Patrick Mahomes light it up, be that dynamic outside the pocket, throw it deep downfield quarterback that we've watched really throughout January, and we're waiting to see it here in February.
Well, they only have one pass over 11 yards completion, and that was the 28-yarder to Sammy Watkins. Hasn't been much down the field. He's gotten the ball out of his hands, and I know Chris Myers, in talking with Andy Reid, said they haven't had the shots. They've had chances to take the shots.
Here's Mahomes out of the pocket, looking for somewhere to go, and he finds his man Watkins. Sammy Watkins takes it up to the 29. A gain of 19 yards where Sherman brought him down.
Well, the inside pass rush, it affords Mahomes then to get outside on the edge. And these receivers, they are really good, probably the best in the league in going and finding a spot. You see Sammy Watkins, how he continues to work. A lot of these guys, you watch them, they just stay plastered to defenders. And you watch the Chiefs, regardless of who it is, they do an excellent job of separating and giving Mahomes a place to go with the football.
Mahomes over the middle for Kelsey. Travis Kelsey to the 32, a gain of 4 where Sherman brought him down.
You know, this is a Kansas City offense. You talk about all the big plays, and I said coming in, they led the league in pass completions of over 40 yards, and they're one of the best at pass completions of 20 yards. It's a big play offense. It's a fast break offense. But they also have the ability to drive the ball down the field in 10-play drives. They're one of the best in 10-play drives, so they can play that game as well.
Here is Damian Williams. Sheldon Day is there for San Francisco and no gain.
The problem with it, however, Joe, is when you're accustomed to the big play, you tend to get frustrated as an offense. And what even frustrates you more is when you come into this game and you are the #1 third down offense, converting 47%. And here they are tonight, just 1 for 6. Now, they've converted a couple fourth downs, but the 49ers, they have won this down, and usually you win this down, you win the game.
3rd and 6, Mahomes floats, Watkins first down. A 9-yard completion to Sammy Watkins coming off a big game in the AFC Championship against Tennessee.
You see the block by Damian Williams. He takes out D Ford. And so it just kind of buys a little more time getting Mahomes out on the corner, threatening the defense. You know, Mahomes didn't have a lot of runs this year. He didn't have a lot of yards rushing, especially coming off that injury. But he is the threat after over 50 yards in those 2 playoff games of keeping it and running it.
Delayed handoff here to Damian Williams. Bosa there for the stop, a gain of 5. Warner joined in on the fun as well, and Damian Williams lost his shoe. Lost his Jordan.
It's, yeah, got kind of that retro look.
2nd and 5.
Here at the top.
Mahomes has it knocked out of his hands. He's able to get back on top of it, but Nick Bosa knocked it out of the hands of Mahomes in a loss of 7.
Well, they bring a 5-man rush. They come off the slot. Bosa comes inside, and he just beats Fisher. He has a straight shot. Boy, the Chiefs, that's a game changer right there if Mahomes is not able to get back on that football.
His dad, a first-round pick by the Dolphins in '87. His brother Joey, number 3 overall to the Chargers 3 years ago. And well, what a year for Bosa, the rookie from Ohio State, number 2 pick.
Soft shell coverage now.
3rd down and 12. Mahomes fires, pass, pick. Warner got it for San Francisco. And now each quarterback has thrown an interception. Tyreek Hill was the target. Warner had 1 interception during the regular season, his biggest here. 49ers have the lead in the football 3rd quarter, Super Bowl 54.
Sometimes I wonder what I'd tell my younger self if I ever saw him. I'd tell him, Josh, it's gonna be hard growing up homeless. But you gotta believe in yourself. Be tougher than the world around you. In that field, That's your proving ground. Push yourself to be someone. And I promise someday you will.
Today, we stand before a historic event. No words can describe this. Earth is here, waiting to be reached. Turkish Airlines.
What's that?
Reese's Take 5 bar. Chocolate, peanuts, caramel, peanut butter, pretzels.
Never heard of it.
Where have you been? Under a rock?
New to me.
What, were you born yesterday? Raised by wolves? Are you clueless? Head in the sand?
That's offensive, Trish.
Yeah, Trish.
You from another planet?
Oh, Trish, none of us have heard of Take 5, so who looks stupid now?
Reese's Take 5, the best bar you've never heard of.
We won't be doing that today.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow works.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Amazon. What did people do before Alexa? And by Bud Light Seltzer, reminding you to drink responsibly and tattoo responsibly.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 54 at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Aerial coverage provided by Michelob Ultra. Defensively for the 49ers, the big sack by Nick Bosa set up 3rd down and long. The pick followed as Fred Warner gets his first career postseason interception. And each side has now turned it over once. Fake the handoff. Garoppolo throws and completes for Samuel inside the 40. Let's go back to the interception.
Yeah, well, Tyreek Hill is going to be in the slot. And then you've got Fred Warner right here in the middle. When the route is run at the top of this route, Tyreek Hill is going to see that the lane is right here. That's where the ball needs to be thrown. That's where he's expecting it. Instead, Mahomes, the ball just kind of gets away from him or whatever it is. But Tyreek Hill had every intention to drive to that open spot, and typically you watch Mahomes play, he's leading the receiver right into that hole.
Handoff here to Mostert. And he gets 2. Play made by Saunders.
I think that's been the thing that's been impressive so much about Patrick Mahomes has been for a big play offense and a big play quarterback. The guy just simply does not throw interceptions, and he didn't have one in the postseason until that last throw. And that's just not something you see very often. We'll see now whether or not this Kansas City defense can step up and make a key stop.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jimmy Garoppolo's 15 of 17 with a touchdown and a pick. He keeps here, throws, incomplete, no flag. Sanders was the target. Charvarius Ward in coverage.
Well, it looked like there might have been a grab. It was one-on-one, nobody in the middle of the field. Emmanuel Sanders, and that's one of those grabs, I think, that, Mike, we were talking about coming into this ball game. Charvarius Ward, from here it sure looked like one. It looked like he might have had a hold of him there.
Absolutely. Got the right arm hooked around the waist, and it just took a step away, one that could have easily been called.
Kyle Shanahan hot.
Yeah, he was right there on the 49ers sidelines, too. I mean, he was right on top of it. And they had that's a home run throw right there. There was no safety. It was a zero coverage.
3rd down and 8. Pass is caught. Down near the 10 is Kendrick Bourne. And Garoppolo fires another strike for 26.
There's Kendrick Bourne. He's one of the taller receivers. He's a guy who can go up and make these type plays, and he's got great length. Now watch. They're going to double the inside. They double there, and so that takes the safety completely out of the way. Kendrick Bourne, he doesn't have the speed that some of these other receivers have. He's got more height and length. If he had the speed, he probably hits his head on the goalpost.
Garoppolo keeps, throws, pass, use check. He is short of the end zone and very close to first down yardage. Hitchens on the tackle.